Hey everybody, and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be shooting Lomography's brand new black and white 8 ISO film, Fantome Kino 8. So earlier during the summer, I applied to be one of their film testers and got accepted. So they sent me this roll of film to try out and basically see what I thought. As I said, it's an 8 ISO film, meaning it's super low, not very sensitive to light at all. You want to shoot this on a bright sunny day, so that's what I'm going to be doing, shooting it around New York. I also rated the film at 25 ISO instead of the box speed of 8, and then when I developed it, I also pushed it a stop and a half, so keep that in mind as well. Usually film ISOs go down to about 100 in a standard context, but 8 is super low, so I'm really excited to be using this. So we're going to head out to New York, test it out, and I'll come back at the end to share more of my thoughts, but disclaimer, it's pretty cool and pretty cinematic, so let's go test out the film. Because this film is so contrasty, I'm looking for photos, just places where the sun is really shining, where it contrasts, will really be shown with the shadows and highlights.
5 times in the camera and then 10 times in your phone. Maybe if they heard us really quickly when we were doing it for a little bit.
Maybe. Hey.
Are you taking one?
I sat in dog shit. Just finished the roll, and now I'm heading directly to B&H because I don't have any black and white chemicals to develop it. So I'm gonna go now and get some, and then we'll develop it. So I just finished the roll. I actually had to rate this at 25 instead of 8, which is the box speed. My camera doesn't go all the way down to 8 ISO, so I had to do it at 25. I think I'm basically just gonna do pushing, and I'm gonna do one stop of pushing and development, and hopefully that will sort things out. Well, hopefully this works. I'm really, really banking on it, but we'll see. Since you guys watched me shoot through that roll, I have all the photos here on my computer, and I'm gonna go through them, a couple of them, and just give my thoughts on the roll of film and what I think about it. So first of all, this film is contrasty. When I say contrasty, I mean contrasty. This film, as it says on their website, is melodramatic, perfect for striking portraits, and really honestly, very cinematic. I think what I really like the most about this film are the whites. I'm not sure if this was the film itself or the way that I developed it or how this happened, but I thought the whites in these photos especially were so dreamy and so soft, and I really enjoyed them. I think it's easy to forget, especially with black and white films, that they're not all the same. I think with color it's a lot easier to tell the differences, but with black and white, since it is only 2 colors, sometimes I feel like I dismiss the entire black and white film like stock medium and just kind of think they all look the same, but they really don't. No other black and white film that I've used has been this deeply contrasty and had such deep blacks and such bright whites all in the same photo. I think what's also especially great about this film is how low the grain is. As I mentioned earlier, the film is 8 ISO, meaning that it's super not sensitive to light, but when you have really low ISO films, that means that the grain is super fine and it's almost unnoticeable when you get down to numbers like 8 or 25. And in photos like this one where you can see the construction site through this little, diamond window, there's so much empty negative space here that would be a great source for grain to appear, but instead it's just like, it looks like I painted this, almost like painted over it, but I didn't. This is just how the film came out. And it's just super smooth, super nice, and really, I'm impressed. I think one of my favorite photos is definitely this one of this woman who's sunbathing on this balcony here. If you didn't notice it during the video, essentially there's this woman here and she's just in New York on her balcony, sunbathing. It was really sunny out. And I think in this one especially, the whites here are so soft and almost hazy. And I didn't use any filters, I didn't do anything crazy with the photo, this is just how it turned out. The whites through all of them are so nice and soft, and I really like that. But I think this especially, this looks to me like a still out of like a film noir movie or something like that from like ages ago that we shown in a theater. I just think it's great. It feels dramatic to me. I don't know, she just looks like a movie star, but I adore this photo. I also really like this photo that I took of this guy with his dog just because the light hit his sweater so nicely, and obviously during the day it was in color, so I didn't really, think about the differences and how it would look in black and white, but I think it looks great. The sun is hitting him so nicely, and besides that, the scene is like so dark, and the contrast is so great that everything else looks black. but because it does, it really shows the contrast, and how many times am I gonna say contrast in this video? Let's keep a counter. Because everything is so dark and those whites are so white, it just is striking. And just like Lomography says on their website, this is a truly cinematic, very dramatic film, and I really like that. One other thing that really surprised me is how well the film was able to handle underexposure. As you guys probably know, film is better to be overexposed than underexposed. When you underexpose film, you basically lose all the detail and you lose whatever you underexpose. But with this film, for this photo, for example, I'm going to show you guys the original. It was really, really dark, and even though, of course, I didn't get all the detail back, the amount of detail that I did get back pretty impressed me. If you look at the photo here, it was super, super dark before that. It looked like there was nothing here, but once you lift the darks up, or the shadows up, you can see this caution tape and this ladder and this person standing here and the other person that was previously in the dark. And although the photo is still really, really dark and you can't really tell a lot by it, I was able to save a lot of it, which I was really surprised by. I feel like this film is a really great thing to try out, especially when you're stuck in a rut creatively. I don't know about you guys, whenever I'm shooting film, whenever I shoot a new film and get to see like a whole different scope of things with the medium, I get so much more excited about what I'm creating, and I think that happened definitely with these. I don't shoot a lot of black and white, probably not as much as I'd like to, but I definitely want to try it more and try new black and white films like this one. I have definitely kind of fallen into the assumption that most black and white films look the same and that they all kind of, they're black and white. What can really be different about them? But they truly can, and I definitely want to try so much more because it's striking and I love it. Anyway, I had a lot of fun shooting this film. I will definitely buy more rolls of this, and I recommend it to honestly anybody. This film is probably better to be shot with manual cameras, I think. I think it's a little bit tricky to be shooting with a point and shoot, but shooting it somewhere where you have kind of more control over what you're shooting, meaning you have manual control, I think is the best way to shoot the film. But overall, Lomography is really great at creating creative and experimental films, and they definitely always get me trying something new and going out and branching further with my work when they give me films like Fantome Kino 8, where I can try something new and fun and creative. So if you're in a creative rut, or if you like shooting black and white, or you just want to try something new, go get a roll of this, try it out, let me know what you think. If you want to see more of the photos that I shot with this, you can check the link in my bio. Thank you guys so much for watching. My next video will be out next week, which is going to be all about why you don't need to shoot Portrait 400 to take good photos, because I think everybody tries to make you believe that, but it's just simply not true. I'm going to be talking about my favorite consumer film stocks. That's my next video coming out. But besides that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace. Oh, also, leave me a comment. Tell me what your favorite part of the video was. Okay, bye.